I'm going to talk about my project this past 2 years. So my advisor, which is President Lam, the honored man that sits there, is here. Beatriz Lucy Fernandez, which is a teacher that helped with the experiments, is not here, unfortunately. But we're going to talk about the copper electrostatic filter as a bactericidal and antiviral agent. So, in this past few years, it's clear that our efforts are failing to combating coronaviruses and other pandemic diseases in these last years. So we thought, well, how could we help with that? Well, I'm a biomedical engineering student here in Book, and we thought about a form of aligning engineering and medicine in one single project. So you can pass me. We made a systematic literature review concerning the use of copper by ancient civilizations around history, and we discovered that our ancestors used copper in various kinds of ways in order to prevent diseases of any kind. Even with they didn't know that these diseases exist in the microbiological way. They used copper to combat them. So we thought, how could we know how copper means to combat these viruses and bacterial diseases? So we discovered that metal particles, not only copper, but silver, gold, any metal particles, they have a situation when in contact with the membrane of the cells, the plasmatic membrane, it produces a immunologic reaction from the cells, and there is an ionic disorder in the process, and the cell simply explodes in the way. It's a curious effect to observe in the microscope. But so we thought, how could we ally this explosive reaction from the cells in contact with the metal particles with a protection equipment? So I thought, masks. We use primarily masks to filter these diseases. We filter bacteria and viruses on the masks. So, but the problem is we don't expel them. We don't destroy the cells. The viral is still active in the cells for about 72 hours. That is a problem because people tend to take masks from their family and reuse them, and the people reutilize the masks where it shouldn't be supposed to happen. So we thought we could kill the viruses and bacteria inside the masks. So we published an article on IE this year, and we have made a presentation on the Pan American Health Conference Exchanges and Global Medical Engineering there in Panama this year, showing the effect of the nanoparticles, copper metal nanoparticles on the copper, and we did amazing job there. The presentation was successful. The researchers were interested in recruited, and we began to aggregate opinions of the specialists, and they tend to believe that copper nanoparticles were good. They killed viruses, bacteria, and should be fine. But there is a problem. It could be hazardous to health, because when you put some of these nanoparticles in the masks, you could be inhalating these particles with the protection. So the copper the use of copper and the excess of copper in the organism is therefore plenty of studies, and we have enough material to determine that it's not good to the health. So we thought we could put this in another way. We are going to make a electrostatic filter, which is not only will be able to filter the bacteria and viruses, but it will additionally kill it. So we have done an experiment. You can pass me. we done an experiment with first we made we made a protection made of filter with copper and with an aperture size of 0.08 millimeters. So you think, oh, but the viruses and bacteria are too much smaller than that. Oh, yes, you know. Yes, I know too. But when we put the electrostatic charge in it, the Brown effect, which is an effect that made the particles go within the air and pass this protection, when we put the electrostatic protection, this protection charges the viruses and bacteria which have positive and negative charges, and therefore the magic happens. Therefore, the viruses and bacteria are attracted to the fabric, so you can pass. Therefore, we made this experiment with the Vandergraaf generator in Universidade Federal of Paraná, where we recharged our fabric with 50,000 volts and with no current, but only difference of potential. So you won't shock anyone, and you won't get your electrocuted, but it will be effective in filtering the particles. So we have done several tests, and we are currently doing even more tests here in Bookback, and we are doing growth medium with bacteria of Escherichia coli, which is a bacteria which is present in our daily life, present in organs, and we have done experiments in precision application of microbes in this fabric. We then took the test, and by spectral photometry, we could tell that the bacteria which are in contact with the copper fabric were dead. The most part of it increases with time, but in the majority of cases, 1 hour is responsible for the killing of 99% of the bacteria which were exposed to the fabric. And we done this by direct application and removal by vacuum bomb. So the agronutrient we used to growth medium these bacteria, and by differentiation and pest control, we were able to tell that progressive reduction of colony numbers were noticed in the experiments. So, we concluded several tests, but it is a work in progress still. Next year, hopefully, I'm going to North Carolina State University in the United States. I'm going to proceed with the experiments, doing experiments with viruses, which we are not allowed to do here because the biosecurity levels here do not pretend to allow us to do these experiments, and we are going to prove the efficiency to the virus themselves too. And so that's it. You can pass. There are the references, and I'm going to thank you everyone, and hope you enjoyed my presentation, and I'm open to questions.
Okay, Gabriel, congratulations for your study. Well done job. I have 2 questions. The first one is when you talk about the 50,000 volts that you applied, certainly for activate the copper, I understood like that.
Yes.
How long does it last?
It lasts in the copper, not itself by a certain amount of time that you can effectively measure, because this process of measuring how long it becomes active in the copper is a very complicated process. But I can thought that in the masks that you commonly use, the N95 masks, we already use this protection to filter. So the protection is active, and when you buy it in the store, and it's have been produced by 6 months old, and we still test this mask, we still prove its effectiveness. So we can guarantee that the protection will be active for a long time.
Okay. The second question, did you test the masks by terms of comfort used by physicians and other health professionals using the mask, in terms of how difficult it is to breathe? And
So the scaffold were used by the N95 masks themselves. So there is no difference, and it will be a very comfortable and very similar to the N95 mask that we use today. Another thing that I would like to add is the price. The price is a good point. We have done this entire project aiming at a low rate price. We have done the separation of copper aiming the population of the lower layers of the social status, because the final project is aimed to be a mask of worldwide use and accessible to everyone. So the price is an important factor. There is already masks that we are seeing here in the market, one and there, but these masks do not use Brazilian technology. We have done several studies to see in other countries how they are developing similar products, but with our technology is the first worldwide. These electric charged masks with copper nanoparticles and copper filter is the first in the world.
okay. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Sorry. Considering, Gabriel, the importance of your results, would you expect to apply for a patent?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
Because this mask is not already in market, no?
Yes, no, it isn't.
Yeah, there's the original. Yeah. Okay, that's okay. Congratulations again.
Thanks.
For your presentation.
Thank you, Milena.
Now, I invite the